In the words of John Salazar, there is only one thing that can bring a nation down: the dependence on foreign countries for food and energy. Agriculture is the backbone of every economy. Hello and welcome to Agro On TV, the first agricultural program on television. I'm Rukewe Ikewenu. Today, as always, we have a great package for you on the program. Just sit back and relax as we serve you nourishing dishes. You can follow the conversation on our various social media platforms. On Facebook at Agro Nigeria, on Twitter at Agro Nigeria, or you can send a mail to ask@agronigeria.com.ng. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Triton, Ewo, Triton, Ewo.
Triton Group, a name associated with excellence in aquaculture and poultry production. Triton will deploy state-of-the-art technology as well as catfish and tilapia. For inquiries, visit www.tritongroup.biz or our office at 49 Apapa Oshodi Expressway, Ijesha, Lagos, Nigeria. Triton Group, producing for Nigeria.
Triton.
Rural farmers in Lagos State can now enjoy easy access to finance for their farm business. This and more are what we have for you on the Pulse today. In its bid to ascertain the continuity of the Rural Finance Institution Building Program, the Lagos State government has approved the extension of the program to 2 other local government areas in addition to the existing 3 local governments. They are Ojo and Ibejuleki. According to the Lagos State Commissioner for Agriculture, Oluwatoyin Suarao, represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture, Dr. Olayiwola Onosonya, the impactful rural program supported by the federal government and the International Fund for Agricultural Development will continue even if IFAD stops funding it. During the 2-day media tour to beneficiaries of the program, the team visited Ikorodu, Ekpe and Ibejuleki to follow up on the rural farmers and assess the progress of the program.
The roofing program to Lagos State has done well. We have it in Ekpe local government, Ikorodu and Badagry. And it's a program that has assisted a lot of our farmers in accessing microcredit. Actually, the repayment rate that we have is over 90%, to show that we have farmers that are doing well, and they are ensuring that they are also credible. And I think this is one of the hallmark of the farmers we have in Lagos State: credibility. And I want to say here that we'll continue to work with you, and we'll also show our gratitude to His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State. He has graciously approved the counterpart fund.
Lagos is one of our best states. Best in that Lagos had more understanding than many other states. In terms of counterpart fund, Lagos State does not lag behind at all. And people were thinking that how can Lagos State say they are intervening in poverty? That Lagos State is not poor, but Lagos State have local governments that are poor. And we can attest to that. We started with them in Ikorodu. The 2-3 local governments we are intervening is Ikorodu, Ekpe, and Badagry. And we formed groups in these local governments, trained them, because you can't just form group and link them to microfinance services. They will not do well. Train them properly, and then link them to sources of financing. And they started small, very small. And many of them now, many are even aspiring to export their products.
Concerned stakeholders in agriculture recently had a brainstorming session in Lagos State on ways to improve the sector. The sectoral players identified bureaucratic bottlenecks as major hindrance to the implementation of favorable policies, adding that it has affected agro-processing in diverse ways, hence the need for private sector to take agriculture seriously and complement government's efforts to revamp the sector.
I think the first step to consider is sort of like really understanding the system, really making yourself familiar with what all the policy documents that are being coming out, so what the agricultural ministry is doing to help Nigeria, and sort of really taking a critical stance to checking them, you know. So if you think that there's something wrong with what their policy documents are, or you have issues with what they're saying, or even in implementation, if there's problems there, you need to voice them. I think the first step is really checking the government and saying, this is what you're not doing right, and this is what you need to be doing right, in order so that the private industry, especially like young entrepreneurs and the youth, are encouraged to enter it.
We all know what the problems that cut across the entire agri sector is all about. But we are actually tired of complaining and waiting for the government to act. So this breakfast meeting has brought us together to strategize on ways forward, on how we can do things, bring ourselves together to do things to move forward and move the agricultural sector forward, as well as find ways to make the government accountable for the promises and for the policies that they set, so that they too can implement the things they set out to do.
At least we've been able to define objectives and things we need to do to be able to move the entire agri sector forward, and we've been able to find where we can fit into the entire structure. So it's quite productive and fruitful.
We create lasting institutions. We support African farmers. We ensure food security, and we improve Africa's overall global trade competitiveness. Who are we? We are FX Commodities Exchange Limited. We offer access to organized commodities trading, financing and hedging opportunities, and warehouse storage, while ensuring mitigation of risk and maximal trade efficiencies. For more enquiries, visit our office at 4th floor, Rivers House, Plot 83 Ralph Shodende Street, Central Business District, Abuja, or call 090-300-01333 or 09-290-7413. Email contact us at afxnigeria.com. Afex, making agriculture work for you.
The need for change in Nigeria's agricultural sector is long overdue. Hence, the federal government needs to apply more action than words. I had a chat with the CEO, Erisco Foods Limited, Chief Eric Umofia, who is passionate about the Nigerian dream. Enjoy the chat.
Okay, sir, as a big player in the tomato industry and agriculture generally, what are the roles of the government and other stakeholders in ensuring food security in Nigeria?
Thank you. Well, the role of government is to make sure that policies are made and implemented to favor local and indigenous and foreigners that is journeying here to produce for Nigeria farms. Hence, we have a better option in this country than what we're importing. And the other stakeholders, our own role is to capitalize on government good policies, like President is trying to do, or done already, but implementation is yet to come by the civil servants. Then to capitalize on it and help to contribute our own quota for economy to be well for everybody in this country.
Okay, with respect to the food security aspects, what are the factors responsible for the outbreak and spread of tuta absoluta in Nigeria?
Tuta absoluta is brought to us by our own selves. I want to tell you that ought to have not been tuta absoluta here if our government agreed to what we have been saying before. And if our government were trusting we Nigerians, but they are trusting foreigners than Nigerians, I mean before government. But I'm yet to see more changes from the operators of the economy, not from the government. From presidency, excellent. Vice president, excellent. SGF, excellent. Minister of Agri, excellent. And a few others. What of others? The great agencies, not yet. So the policies we're operating now that is hampering the economy, it's just simple thing we should not be talking of no work in this country, no money. It's an abomination. It's not good to hear, to be heard at all. Because we have a work in abundance in this country. People want to work, just to connect them in between. But for the fact that our people are very, very backwards in manufacturing, especially to process agriculture. I want to tell you, in the past in America, farmers were the richest people. And it can still be so from this country.
Bearing in mind that we have a lot of fake products and all of that, are there any laws protecting locally produced tomato paste against imported ones?
Actually, there is laws controlled by NAFDAC and implemented by NAFDAC. It's here already, but don't implement it because of the reason best known to them. That's why whenever I see the advert on television, safeguarding Nigerians' life, I say these people, they are safeguarding their pocket, not Nigerian lives actually. They are risking more of Nigerian life than what they are safeguarding, from my experience. If you can see a fake product, it took Europe under 1 month to ban Nigerian beans for 2019. Here, 18 months down the line, nobody cares because of what they get there. Since NAFDAC, since Darak left NAFDAC already not what people hope it was. Unless now I have hope that President Buhari will actually organize them. That's the only hope we can now have. But if, as it is now, they will continue to frustrate indigenous businessmen for the advantage of importers. And they will tell you we are supporting manufacturers. It's a lie.
Okay, sir. How best can we, as a government, can the government effectively invest in local production of tomato paste, which that's your specialization?
First thing the government should do, or whoever so, is to make first NAFDAC to make everybody comply in the one standard. Not when I'm producing at $10, they go and bring fake substandard tomato, starch and the color, and come back and say my people eat it because it's red, risking their lives. When I say, oh, my own is that, it should be having what is good in this country. Our tomato is the best in the whole world, Nigerian tomatoes. So if government fail to do this thing, people will continue to make import. Simple. Nobody is interested in manufacturing. So because we've been losing money there, how can we move this country forward with substandard taking over? They tell you we are not enough in quality. Our quality is best. I challenge them to come. That's why I challenge NAFDAC and other people. Let them come importers, Indians, Chinese. Let them come and tell us. As a matter of fact, Chinese government have told their own people, we are not manufacturing fake products. Your people come to manufacture fake in Nigeria, in China. Not we. We have standard. What they give us in this country is not eaten in India. It's not eaten in China. I stand because they have stayed more than 1 year. Let their minister or their ambassador come and tell us it's eating their minister from China supermarket to here. Let us see.
So coming back to Erisco Foods Limited, what's the quantity of tomatoes that you require for production per week?
We have the biggest tomato plant in Nigeria, in Africa, 4th largest in the world. We have 450,000 metric tons per year. Then you divide it, 1. 2, our plant is capable of, from day one, we designed to feed Nigeria and export. That's from day one. But it may interest you to hear that since we started, frustration has made us to produce not up to 20% since it started. Before Buhari came in, 5%. We were about shutting down to leave. Buhari came in. That's why his intention, good intention for this nation. The operators of economy like NAFDAC, like Minister of Trade, keep frustrating us. You can't, because they're making huge amount of broad money there. They don't want to let it go. If it's not done well, if President Buhari doesn't reorganize it, decabal them, we have more problems because there's no how you can allow foreign goods, your country to be open. Even America didn't open their country today. Britain, no matter what they're telling you, that areas they don't want to open. This ban they ban our food is to block us from their economy. Nigerian banks are experts in killing Nigerian businessmen. They tell you Nigeria doesn't pay the debt. Who tell you? What are the ones that are sharing with the foreigners that will run away, they write it off? Many of them, billions. They negotiate and say Nigeria is not paying debt. When you give me money, you charge me excess what you not charge me. And when my business is sick, you will not respond to it. When it dies, you say I didn't pay. Well, I think they're saving themselves. Nigerian economy, I want to tell them that we Nigerians, if we change today, by 6 months to 9 months' time, we'll talk another good thing for this country. So invite you to that one.
So moving forward, can you tell us the various products you have in Erisco Foods Limited? We know you very well as the Tomato King, and we also know you're involved in other products.
Actually, in the essence of it, I am multiple kings, not one.
Wonderful.
For number one, my meaning of my name, Eric, is king. Go and check. That's why I don't need any governor to be. I'm already king. I'm there. Governor will come 8 years and he's tenured. I'm permanent till I die. And God gave me this opportunity to help my country from this my table. So I'm okay for that one. Number two, we are Tomato King. We are Gary Miss King. We are the first person in this country to bring Gary, add milk and sugar, put and go, package well. And right now we're working on export of it. Very wonderful. We have milk tea, we have coffee mix, we have apple milk drink, we have the one like Milo, Vita, we have other local food like rice, grounded package of rice, we have wheat, and other products. We have milk cubes for children. We have 22 lines now waiting to be developed more. Top importation of food items and doing export. Then my arrogancy will cease that day. My stubbornness will cease that day. If you see me arrogance again, then no, I'm a crazy man. But now it has to be done. In Igbo, we have one music. They said when they are beating it, you don't follow style again because things must have been so bad before they have to bring that drum. Now Nigerian situation has been so bad that it must be that. So you don't need the beat again. Anyhow you make it, dance to be danced. So one prepare this economy to the best of our abilities. They are blaming Buhari, but the same Buhari that want to save them. The same person that bringing Buhari refused to buy Nigerian products. Buhari cannot print money. It's not their money. Buhari is just giving us straight direction for us to follow. But because we Nigerians are like old men of above 50 years, broken leg already. It can't be repaired one day. But in Nigerian case, 2 legs are broken. So they have to take time before they fix it again.
Okay, viewers, I hope you had a wonderful time and your passion for Nigeria has been reignited, your passion for patronizing made in Nigeria products. Chief has really given us more, reignited our passion, and I certainly, personally, I'm fired up and I'm ready to be more Nigerian than I am right now. Chief, thank you very, very much. We really appreciate you. Do join us again another time. Thank you.
Erisco, Nagiko, Rigiko, Tomato. It is said that health is wealth. Therefore, for healthy and nutritious tomato, for fresh Nigerian tomato paste, don't look too far. Erisco, Rigiko, and Nagiko provides you with well-processed, nutritious, and healthy tomato paste. Get great value for your money. Buy made in Nigeria tomato processed under hygienic conditions. Erisco, Rigiko, and Nagiko are endorsed by the Nutrition Society of Nigeria. Erisco, tomato at its best.
There's been lots of crisis between the Fulani herdsmen and farmers, and now the federal government has come up with a grazing bill. But will that stop the crisis? Nigerians bore their minds on this. Let's hear their views.
I think so. It can work out if the government can work on it. I think it's a better thing. I think our government needs to create a portion of land that people can, like all these Fulani people can work on, that they can rearing their animals there instead of them disturbing people that are involved in agricultural or other stuff like that.
I think it will help a lot in stopping the crisis between Fulani herdsmen and farmers, because the Fulani herdsmen, at least, they have been doing a lot of destruction in the country. Recently, many states have killed souls have we've lost many souls in the country. This time around, we are trying to recover from the Boko Haram issues. Now we are facing the Fulani herdsmen. And so the government should try everything possible to provide a grazing land for them.
Well, sometimes one can sympathize with the herdsmen, but the way they go about their work is what is causing the problem now. because they come to the south to satisfy us. But in the circumstances when the government now wants to take people's land to satisfy the herdsmen, I think that's the problem. If it is government area, if it is government land, federal government land, and they want to use it for federal government grazing for herdsmen, then it's okay.
We can't just give them our land. My own forefathers' land, I can't give a stranger. If federal governments have their own particular land, they can give them. But if not, I think we can fight too. It's not as if we cannot fight, but we just want peace to reign. But if that is what they want, we will give it to them.
I think to an extent, it will begin to address the problem. The reason is this: not all states will accept that proposal. But in states where they are even more concentrated, especially the southeast and southwest, that are tropical region where grass are usually almost green throughout the year, they are resistant. But I think it will be the beginning of the solution to that problem.
Finding the land in other people's places, in other states, is going to affect them. If it's going to be in their place, in the northern land, it's going to be much easier for them to work there. But affecting other places is going to be a lot more difficult for people. Yes, they're already staying there. So it's like coming and taking over some other people's land. So I don't think it's a very good idea. If governments are going to work on anything like that, they should go to those northerners, their land, and work on that.
Creating grazing reserves is good. But when we are talking about crisis, we'll be able to manage it well, because if you are saying you are creating a reserve, on whose soil are you creating the reserves? So you don't rob Peter to pay Paul. So if we are sincere, whoever that has animal agriculture that is involved in producing of cows, he must understand that if a land is given to him, he must pay for it.
Why should they be giving land on states? Because I heard that some time ago, Governor Farachi was saying that we will not permit them on his land, and other governors too were saying that they are right. Let Fulani look for to do. It's not by giving them land. When you give them land now, they will feel that it's their own right, and they will stay there. Then the atrocity will not stop there.
Yeah, to a large extent, creating a grazing reserve will solve this problem, because there have been serious perennial crises about this movement of herdmen with the farmers and so on. But when you have a grazing reserve, automatically it means you have a law regulating the movement of cattle from one point to the other.
Where is the exact place they want to create the grazing reserve? Are they not going to confiscate people's land? Is the government going to buy people's land for them to create that reserve? Are people willing to give up their land for government to be bought for the grazing reserve? So it's a long question. It's a long question. But if you ask me, if actually they can create a grazing reserve, to some extent it will solve the problem.
If the National Assembly, through legislation, wants to give them grazing reserves and all that, they should look for land, in their area where they are already, and make that for them. Maybe through irrigation and all that, keep the place green and all that. But to allow them to come through the south, to the west, the east and all that, to have their grazing bill there, once it's given to them, they will conquer the whole territory.
It's been quite an interesting show today, right? Yes, I can say the same too. But do join us again same time next week for another insightful, fruitful and awesome package. Feel free to share your views, opinions and suggestions on our various social media platforms. On Facebook at Agro Nigeria, on Twitter at Agro Nigeria, or you can send a mail to ask@agronigeria.com.ng. You could also check us on our website at agronigeria.com.ng. Until next week, I remain your host, Rukewa Ikewenu. Think growth, think agriculture. Bye for now.